I could not find OBS again. That always happens. Just the tabs are really small, but hold on here. Let me switch it over. Uh, Let me close some tabs because I feel like, oh shit, oh my CPU looks like it's angry at me. Yeah, hold on. Um, yeah, I don't need that anymore. I don't. But also welcome. Control O. Welcome here. Um, I want to keep this one. No, I can just read. I have a bunch of articles open. Okay. Where? Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Yes. All right. There we go. There we go. Sending a U-32 Little Indian. When the server is a big Indian. Oh, that's funny actually. Yeah. Yeah. No, I I guess I could make emotes now, which means I have to get better at drawing small things because those things they're rather tiny. I tried to do one like big style and it looked fucked up whenever it got truncated. But no, I'm excited. They're they're letting me do emoticons now and read advertise. I'm not so excited about the advertisement part, but I like watching ads in other streams. I like I might be weird like that. I don't watch television and I have ads blocked on everything. So big big navy indeed. No, but I legit like I never see advertisements except for whenever I'm on Twitch.television, and I and then I do see them, and so I feel like it's the only way I keep up with what's going on in the world of where people purchase things. Like I've been thinking about it a lot. Like what is it called? I learned this exists. Timu, I think Timu. Yeah, T. They they combined like I. It seems like they combined gambling with Amazon package delivery. Um, I learned about this. I had heard the name before, but I did not quite know what it was. And apparently there are people hooked on it. Like it's like the Subway Surfers of purchasing things to a degree. Oh God, my family is addicted to this. Yeah, no, that is here, let me actually move the chat in the bug so that the chat thing. Oh yeah, I finally I connected through ERC at least the Emacs relay chat. I finally connected to Twitch because I figured out why I was but yeah, no, my yeah, I figured out why it was I was putting the token in wrong, and that's why it wasn't working. I'm like, oh, okay, I've been typoing it, but yeah, no, family addiction. This is indeed a thing. This is my there are I've learned people in my family who like look we see almost sold out scale. My I have a member of my family got a like incredibly inexpensive scale off of Timu, but it is not possible to calibrate it. So I guess it's just kind of like a paperweight now. Uh, yeah. So things like this, things like Fortnite. I see these advertisements for it, and I'm just like, okay, this is the only way I see ads. But yeah, I have been full full scam. Indeed, no, indeed, it's that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. I've heard that they have like I've never used it, mind you. To this day, I almost want to just so I can see what the Temu shopping experience is like. But from what I have heard, what I have sussed out is that there are there is Wheel of Fortune style shopping experiences going on, which is I don't know what to I don't know what to make of that. Gambling Amazon. I feel like they probably hit like some sort of secret combo of like some sort of secret like dopamine combo. But yeah, I I have a bear I have a root bear of things save for computer, bed, and books, and then eat the same like three things every week. So I don't think Timu quite works on me. I think of the idea of new things. I'm just like, oh, that's just more stuff to like have to clean later. Oh no. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I've been I have been rather busy. I did stream last week, didn't I? Yeah, no, I did. I did. One of the days. Yeah, I have been rather busy with multiple things. Multiple things that have been being put off to some degree or just forgotten about. Haskell January, of course, is actually okay. I kind of see why I see why everybody ends up making a docket now because yeah, I'm. You know what? Hold on. Let's. Am I an auto delete? Probably. Schedule dot. Oh, what the hell? This still exists? Okay. Um. Yeah. No. Many things. So. I just do many things and. First and foremost, probably one of the more exciting things is this right here, not kernel. So I've been working on project just kind of project named bug site, and I've been working on the hosting aspect of it, but the laptop I was going to use, it took 3 days for me to compile the kernel because of because of a little something called not called Timu but called out of memory out of memory. Now that I made two clients for my pub sub thing, I can do more Haskell January. Oh god, hell yeah. Oh, not Zoom. Yeah, yeah, literally. It was it was it was. You know, I couldn't have kernel because of big, like big as they say. I couldn't have kernel because. Hello, oh hello, Threadbeater. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm going over kernel woes right now. So that was a thing. Kernel compilation was, but it's finally happened. It's finally happened, and in the most convoluted way possible. I I I know I don't have to call you thread meter. I read the names out though. I do read the names, and that's what it translates into my brain. How did you run out of memory, and how did you fix it? Oh, oh. So this is how it was fixed. So I have so I have geeks, right? I have geeks. And if we look at the geeks default kernel, let's go. I wonder if it'll take me to the manual here. Customizing the kernel. Yeah. If we go here, the default is Linux Libre. The Linux Libre kernel is the default here. But I do not want this. I do not want this. So what I use for this is can we get it? Okay, cool. It's there. What I use for this is non-geeks, which comes with normal kernel. Comes with kernel with firmware and therefore Wi-Fi support and other it's you know it has the binary blobs in it which the Free Software Society or Foundation, not Society, does not like. Yeah, the good kernel. I do wish the Libre kernel was a bit better, because it would be cool to use if it were usable. But I had to get I had to get a little tricky with it. So what I ended up doing was I I did the base install using the, if we look here, they have a installation. Yeah, they have an installation image, and this is what I used since it was on a laptop, and I was using the Wi-Fi for it. So I've done this before, and then I just build or compile the regular Linux kernel. That was not working because this laptop has so little RAM on it. Oh, welcome in, Kiram. Welcome. Hi. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm going over kernel woes currently. Or no longer woes. We have conquered. It's kernel conquest. Kernel conquest. Yeah. That's the word of the day. Uh, what I ended up having to do though, it was rather convoluted, but I ended up having to compile with the Libre kernel just to get the actual like distribution set up onto the disk drive because I kept getting out of memory errors with the regular Linux kernel. Once this was done, the next step was get rid of the Libre kernel. So I did that. I hooked it up to my. I unplugged my old server that I'm trying to get rid of, and or not get rid of, but like start to phase out and use it for something different. I took the LAN cable or the Ethernet, not LAN, the Ethernet cable out of that one, and I stuck it into the laptop so that because I did not have Wi-Fi because I was going like Libre mode at the time, and I did that, and I had swap space finally because I finished installing the rest of the distribution. There was now swap space, which was all that I needed, and then it successfully compiled. So it was kind of like it was a bit of a two-step, I guess, which was wild, but I think this laptop has like 8 gigabytes of RAM only, and it was firing all cylinders. But that's not the kicker there. That's not the kicker. I wonder if hold on. I wonder if they store the logs. Yeah. Okay, they do. Here's the kicker. 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 Is Geeks down? I'm getting 502 errors when when trying to pull it up. That was in the middle of installation. The Git repo for all of the packages had a gateway error that persisted for like 2 hours. Which fortunately this exists. But at this point, I was on day 3 of trying to get all of this done, and I was sort of losing it. I was sort of losing my mind to a degree, to a very high degree. It was rather wild. But then it happened. We had this. This was the moment of it all started to come back together. So yeah. So that was that's been the kernel adventure. There's that. What else did I do? This is another thing going on. Oh yeah, no. It was a bit of a journey. It was, this is. I don't recommend anybody use Geeks, and this is kind of part of the reason why I don't recommend anybody use Geeks, because it is. I love it. I can't imagine using a different distribution, but I think it's more of like a Stockholm syndrome type of love, like the way I feel about it sometimes. Like I got lured in by the scheme, and by the time I knew what I was in for, I was in way too deep, and now I just can't get out. I did though. After this whole situation, I thought about going back to Gen 2 because I was just like, what what the freak? Like what the hell? What? Uh, I was just like, oh god, oh god. But it's finally over. It's finally over, which means there's a part two to this now. Engine apps. I've never actually done. I've never done web stuff before, so this is all kind of going to be new territory. This is going to be a bit of new territory. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Speaking of web stuff, doing C bindings for the Twitch API. This is currently a bit of an active process. There will be things that occur on this front, but it's probably going to take a while because of the aforementioned never done web stuff. Yeah. Somewhat somewhat kind of within the realm of the more mundane. The more mundane is as well. I currently am. Oh wait, did I want to say something else about this too? Maybe. No. I'm doing a lot of stuff with C. It's hard to remember everything. I love C. Yeah, I'll just say that. I'll just say that. Alright, and then a bit more in the realm of the mundane. I did make a Discord for kind of just keeping everything organized and communicating with people. I don't use Discord a lot personally. I mostly use IRC. I'm waiting on C is very comfy. I love C. It is C and Lisp are like some of my favorite languages. Not some of, they are my favorite languages. I love them both dearly. In spite of all the issues with C, I guess. I do quite love it. But yeah, with this, like, I don't really use Discord because it's got let's actually just do a Y right here. So Y. Too many things on it. That's kind of the main one. I also like don't like the ping noise. Like I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't really use it. That being said, still I made one. And I'm getting Clonk to wire up IRC to it. But I did make one. I did make one because otherwise I don't know. Otherwise I had no way to like organize things properly. I can make a little link, or I can find a link to it. Did I save that somewhere? Also, I don't really know how Discord works. I haven't used it since probably some years back to any advanced degree. I had used it in the past, so I'm somewhat familiar with it, but there's so many buttons, and I am a text, I am a text person. I'm a type the words into a screen person, not a click the buttons inside the screen person. The moment there are buttons within reach, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And that is, yeah. But here, let me, but it does exist. It does exist. I think me and Conk are the only ones in there. I'm still waiting for him to hook up the IRC connection to it. So once that happens, I'll actually probably use it. Until then, I'll still probably use it, but I will try to remember to check it. But now that that's out of the way, it is. Can we get here? Can we get here? Here? There. It's Haskell January. And yeah, this is where we are now. this is where we are now. It's officially Haskell January, so I've been going kind of slow at it, but I was going kind of slow at it just from like purposes of timing and all the other things running around like crazy, in terms of everything else that I'm trying to work on at once, and in a wave of complete madness. But I did make it. I did finally, you know, I learned probably one of the more important bumps in the road of learning Haskell itself, which is recursion. Because if we go down here, I'm pretty sure in terms of reading, I wound up to about right. Not even here. No, I was a bit further up, I think. But in terms of yeah, I stopped about right here. My opinion of Discord has soured over the years. I should probably learn how IRC works. I really do like IRC. If you here, I can. Hold on. If you're interested in IRC, I think probably this is one of the better resources out there. The Getting Started Guide from IRSSI. It is. Can we actually pull that up on the main screen? I kind of came late to the IRC game. I got into it. I got into it as a for lack of a better way to describe it, I got into IRC as a way to find reading material in a money-free format, without having to look within archived sources. That is how I wound up getting hooked on IRC, and then I was like, oh wow, I can communicate in just straight up text. I love this, and the rest is history. The rest is history, as they say. Also, on top of that, I got really into it whenever I switched to Geeks, because that's the only way to communicate with the people working on Geeks. I think System Crafters kind of pushed me there as well. But yeah, I am still waiting for Conk to set up the thing, the bridge. That's what it's called. Actually, shout out. Shout out. Hold on. Words. Hold on. Shout out to L:Q. Yeah, no, thank you to Conk and for the letting me use the bridge. Yeah. No, of course, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a very good resource. IRSSI is it. So you kind of have with IRC clients, there's like your graphical ones, things such as, I think a good example of a graphical one is something like HexChat is one that I know people use a lot, and it gives you, your classic like Windows menus, everything like that. On the flip side, IRSSI is a it's a TUI setup. So it's all just kind of text in the terminal. I'd say it's probably my personal favorite. ERC, actually, I like ERC a bit more. The only issue is I restart Emacs so often that I lose everything. But yeah, it's rather nice. But yeah, I learned how to do recursion in Haskell. I figured it out how to do. Can we split this? Let's get a split here. Yeah. I was reading through this and then just sort of like took a shot in the dark of how recursion works properly. And this is how I realized. This is how I realized. Haskell kind of rules. Haskell kind of rules. Like, look at it. You can just apply. You can just apply. So, or I'm sure there's an actual like apply function, but I was trying to like do an apply print to everything. So like, if we do this, yeah, and see, it recurs on itself. So this led me to thinking. This led to an advancement of the idea that I can now probably do. I can probably do some stuff in it now, which is cool because I do not like I don't like to read. Look, okay, let me backtrack. I like to read. I do not like to read about programming without doing the actual programming. I do not like the reading part of learning how to do a new thing. I like the doing part of it, but it's hard to whenever you don't know. You know, it is very hard to hammer a nail if you don't know what a hammer is. It's much easier if you still do not possess that hammer to know what a hammer is and go to a tool shop and purchase one and learn how to use it and then use it. It's much I don't know where this analogy is going. We'll pretend that it came to some logical conclusion. Yeah, it's I do not like the part of programming where it's just reading or the other thing people call it the other thing. I believe people call it tutorial hell. This is something I've never experienced. I've never experienced, and the reason for this is simple. The way I play. I program the way I play Dark Souls. Like, the two things are, the two actions are very similar. In that, in both, I don't really figure out how to do it. I just kind of do it and then fail repeatedly until I quit failing. And so I guess in both, although like of course in the latter, it's much more of a coordination thing. It's much more of a get good situation. I think in the former, it's more like you know, knowing enough to get your feet wet and then just kind of being able to a mix of like creativity and just I don't really know actually. Yeah, logic I guess is the way I describe it. Being able to think in sequence. At least that's how I approach it. So that being said, now I'm like I think I can build some things that are rather poor but functional nonetheless. So the question is, what do I build? That's the grand question here. For a moment, I felt like I was in this so-called tutorial hell. Then I just started programming, and it stopped. It's literally Dark Souls get good. Yeah, this is. I have stated. I was stating this to a friend. I was stating this to a friend over lunch. I took um I took the Prodigy Pod advice from last week and got lunch with friend. Shout out to Prodigy Pod as well. But yeah, I took the advice of have lunch with friend. And I during lunch described is when this analogy first emerged in my head mentally. Whenever this first manifested as a thing, because I was like, it kind of feels the same as playing Dark Souls. In fact, I think if I didn't like Dark Souls, I probably wouldn't like programming, and vice versa. They, whatever neuron activates is the same for both of them, and yeah, it's rather wild. But now I'm stuck with, so what do I make with this? What do I make with this? With this language, I think what would be cool, what I think would be cool, this is what I was thinking. This is what I was thinking, and perhaps we're going to at least dip into this some and hunt down what we don't understand as we work through it. Should I keep this open? Yeah, we'll close this one out. So let's go. Or wait, no, it's the opposite. So this exists. Calling Haskell from C. This is apparently a thing. Usually you hear, you usually hear call C from Haskell, or oh, tab clone. You usually hear something like call C from Haskell, or call C from literally any language, because it's sort of the backbone of a lot of things. You know, FFI, the foreign function interface. So we usually hear about the foreign function interface. But the question is, doing it backwards, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, call C from language. I rarely see the opposite. I rarely see calling language from C, which is rather, like, I know obviously it's very possible. Like, it's a thing. Guile has this libguile. I've poked at libguile. I kind of love it. There's also sort of on that front. There's also embeddable common Lisp is a big one. I believe they also do a. Can we get a .h? No. Files. Wait, what the hell? They just have the file set up? But yeah. Oh, hi, XR Xavier. Welcome. I hope you're well. Welcome. Yeah, we are talking about the grand. We're pondering the grand mystery of this. We're pondering the grand mystery of calling Haskell from C right now, which is because if we look at call Lisp from C, as you can see, our first thing is Reddit, and it's not what we're looking for. Second, we do have this, which again is rather obtuse. And we want neither this nor Reddit. We look at Haskell, and we have it. Maybe it's much harder than it looks. So let's see. Yeah, I stumbled upon this completely by accident. I'm like, what the hell? So I do want to try this out. It's a bit more tutorialization, I guess, unfortunately, but it is closer to the true source. And if we can do this, we can probably integrate this as some sort of way to talk between the bug and any other API things we do, which would be exciting, I think. But yeah, here, let's see, we define a Fibonacci function in Haskell. So let's go ahead and just, we'll go ahead and keep this print all. So let's see. Ah, so you have to do foreign types. Okay. Um, Wait, did you see my guy O'Reilly experiment? So glad I got. I actually did. I saw these. I believe I might have responded to them. No, I responded to the sprightly thing, but I did see these. The I saw. I think it was the 3D rendering one. That was insane. That was so cool. That was like really impressive. It makes me want to start using Raylib. I it really makes me want. I That might be something that we take a crack at some point, is doing Raylisp. Is Yeah. Let's call that a to do. So where do we live? Let's do. All right, hell yeah. No, I can just swap the main loop from a remote REPL. Yeah, that is. Oh, hello, Sparkly Dark Matter 73. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, welcome. We are we are exploring the mysteries of Haskell right now, and Guile and Raylib. That is the other aspect. We are exploring the mysteries of, you know, the the so called functional and functional adjacent programming languages, as they say. I I currently am exploring the mystery of being blown away by the terms calling Haskell from C. Calling Haskell from C. This is might be insane, but if it works, it might be cool. So let's see if we can just let's go ahead and just do a call from. Wait. Oh, did Emacs hang? Oh no. Hello? Wait. Wait. Wait, why did it hang? Hello. Hello. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait. Are you alive again? Are you alive again? Oh, thank God. I was like, "Oh, are we fucked? Are we fucked?" Okay. Okay, we're so back. We're so back. All right. So let's see. Import foreign.c.types. Let's see. Representation of C types. Okay. So. Oh, wait. Our library. Oh, imports are capitalized. Oh, okay. I've been doing too much Lisp. Capitalization does not matter in common Lisp. It all gets capitalized in the reader, so I keep forgetting that that's a thing. I guess that's how we define a module up here. I'll just name it after where error on input. The error checker in this is kind of fantastic. Okay. I like that quite a bit. That's kind of epic. What the hell? All right. So let's see. Actually, I'll just Yeah, I'll name it, yeah, I'll just name it after the bug PNG. That's what this bug is called, by the way. Like, that's the PNG name. If we go here into, like, that's what it's called. Um, and now I can never change it because I don't want to go back and replace its name in the, well, it'd be rather easy to. I kind of, I coded it such that it would be like changing the file is just a single header define. I did that because I had the plan for once API is hooked up and stuff, being able to do like thematic changes on it. I don't know if I'll roll with like color thematic changes, but I did make an alternate color scheme. This one has yet to exist. It's yet to exist on the big screen. Only here. Though I have run tests on it. There's a for loop in the code somewhere that just commented out that switches between the two. But yeah, it's gonna be. So I'll name it after that, and then. So I guess let's just do what's the double exclamation point stand for in Haskell? Let's see. Let's see. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, exclamation mark. Okay, hell yeah, Stack Overflow. We are so back. Wait, it's a list indexer? Hold on. List index subscript operator starting from 0. So what happens if we... Parse error on input. Hmm. Wait. Let's see. Oh, okay, okay. Wait, so is it not a function then, or... Okay, so it's literally just a list indexer. Okay, okay. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, alright. We got this, we got this, we got this. So yeah, I guess it would just be straight up Haskell, so just a straight up, for the most part. let's go ahead and rename it to apply print. Use camel case? Oh, okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay. So I guess with this then, the calling from C part would be this portion. This portion right here. So let's see if we can... Can we see what types we have here? Alright, so we have a long. What's S-char? Alright, unsigned char. Oh, this might actually be quite difficult to do with strings. Yeah, that makes sense actually. What if we just look into the foreign function interface? Okay. So we're going back there. Let's see. Alright. Calling conventions. When a program in any language is compiled and the machine code, functions become labels, symbol. Alright. Strings. Okay, here we go. Strings in Haskell are a list of char, where char represents a Unicode character. Many foreign codes use the C representation of strings. C string in Haskell. Okay, so it does exist. It does exist. I believe it does. Oh. Foreign.c.string. Alright. Let's see what we can get from that. Foreign.c.string. What happens if we just... Oh, that's for creating the strings. Okay. Let's see. Marshal a Haskell string into a null terminated C string. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's rather sick. Oh, that's... We can poke it. We can poke at memory. Oh, we can poke at memory. Oh, this is gonna get rather sick, I think. I quite like this. I quite like this. Indeed it is. And this is going to be really fun, I think. So next we have to figure out, the next issue is going to be how do we do an array, is sort of the next part here. So if we go here, if we give this the good old tab clone, let's go back and put that there. Let's see, arrays. Okay. Foreign Marshal array. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, we might actually have this. Oh, there's no size of? Okay. We might be fucked. Hold on. Let's see. Alloc array. Malloc array. Let's see. Allocate storage for a given number of elements in a storable type. So what's storable? What's storable? Okay. Import foreign dot storable. Class storable. Class store. The member functions of this class facilitate writing values of primitive types to raw memory, which may have been allocated with the above mentioned routines. Okay. Let's see. All marshalling between Haskell. So how do we do? Welcome A squared. Hello A squared. Welcome. I hope you're well. We are once more pondering Haskell January. We are once more in the zone of discussing Haskell January. But now sort of, going indeed it is Haskell January. It's rather exciting. But we are going. Oh, there is no. Oh, there is no command. I need to make that, but I can. Here, I can link it. I can link it. I do have the link existent somewhere. I'm still working on API and etc. integration. Indeed. I'm still in the process of figuring out the Twitch part. But this is very much a case of whenever I like here's how I look with projects. This is how I look with all the with because I'm in a constant state of, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do this, and then the unfinished piles up until it looks like this is where we are now. This is where we are now. No, literally. So we're very much, this is sort of the case. This is sort of how it feels to open my computer on any given day. Wait, these are kind of impressive. Yeah, I'm more like this. I'm more 3 plates. I'm more 3 plates and uh, copyright background all across everything. All across everything. This is kind of my vibe. This is kind of the vibe. It's a vibe. It's a bit of a vibe, but yeah. Uh, 3 plates insignificantly. Indeed, this is quite the case. This is quite the case. I like to call it. I like to call it. Something I refer to it as is brain space. But you should check Exo Drifter's stream. She's an indie game developer with Haskell tag. True, we love Exo. I have examined the stream. I think once. Once. I yeah. I usually I see the streams happening whenever I'm at work, and whenever I'm at work, I can't always, although I can this week. Ooh, so I should check out this week. Okay. Uh, this might be a thing. This might be a thing. Do we have the schedule dot? This isn't really a schedule anymore. It's more of like, derail her friend. I think I did that. The one time I was in the stream, I brought up wanting to learn Haskell. I was like, I want to check out Haskell one of these days, and um, she was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. It looks cool. And I think I said something about wanting to try math or try it for like doing math stuff. And she mentioned, what was it called? Oh, you were there? Oh, yeah. She mentioned it was, what was it? Agda, I think. Agda. I think this was it. The Agda, the well-known dependently typed functional programming language and proof assistant designed for writing and checking proofs in a functional programming style. You know that one. The one that was developed at Chalmers University of Technology and features a Haskell-like syntax along with strong type checking capabilities. That everyone knows this. Everyone knows this, of course, including me. I knew what I was talking about. I haven't mentioned Haskell January in her stream yet. I should just go in there and just mention just be like, did you know it's Haskell January, and have that just be the first thing I state. Yeah, no, we do all know that one. It's Haskell. Yeah, no, this might be necessary. This might be necessary. Yeah, this might be necessary. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is imperative. I would say. Wait, it's Haskell, so we'll say it's Haskell doesn't really call itself declarative. I don't think. I haven't seen what the term they've been using. it's expressive to do so. There we go. There we go. Very important task. Yeah, very very important task. On 16th. Wait. Is she on like a break? Okay, I shall do this. I shall do this. I I shall do this. Worst comes to worst, I will enter um I will enter the Discord. Oh, no more this week. Oh, worst comes to worst, I shall enter the Discord and just have that be my introductory message. Is Hey, it's Haskell January. Did you know? Did everyone here know it's Haskell January? You know, speaking of Haskell January, what the hell is a type? Um, what what's going on with this? Not type. I know what a type is. Class. Why did I type in type? What is a class in Haskell? Um, IDK. Oh, the ERC absolutely ate that message. IDK had to interpret last stream this week. We'll be back to usual schedule on 16th, given that one wasn't aware there was a schedule. 16th is a Thursday. Oh, oh yeah, that's a good question. I shall. Ooh, I shall be on the lookout. I shall be on the lookout for this. I shall be on the lookout for future stream. A gentle introduction to Haskell or 7.6. Um, type classes and overloading. There's one final feature of Haskell's type system that sets it apart from other programming languages. The kind of polymorphism that we have talked about so far is commonly referred to as parametric polymorphism. There's another kind called ad hoc polymorphism, better known as overloading. Here are some of the examples of ad hoc polymorphism. The literals, 1, 2, etc., are often used to express both fixed and arbitrary precision integers. Numeric operators such as plus are often defined to work on many different kinds of numbers. The equality operator in Haskell usually works on numbers and many other, but not all, types. Oh wait, so you can just use the same equality that's... Well, I guess it's kind of like C. No, well, it's not at all like C, because can you do, resolve text birth device screen? Oh no, but I... Now you must be resolute. You must be resolute now. It's it is a sign. It is a sign. I thought I had whenever I was still running the X11 windowing system, I thought I had burned some stuff into my screen. It turned out it was just the compositor's transparency was weird. In 6th grade, so it's not an ideal condition. Oh, sick. You see, I really want to get like, I want to get like some old monitor. That's why you take a screenshot. No, literally, um, I want to get like old monitors. I've been thinking of, um, if it doesn't show up according to the computer, it's physical. Yeah. No, this is kind of how I ended up resolving it was it was because it was the Dark Souls 3 game launcher basically in Steam, just kind of sitting there for several weeks because I was in a bit of a gaming mood, but the problem was that with Steam, the compositor had transparency enabled for the games, or like minor transparency, and I kept seeing the launcher in the background. I'm just like, oh, this is kind of terrifying. I think I broke my computer. But yeah, I ended up like taking a screenshot of it just to be sure, and it was not the case. I've been thinking, I like people talk about CRTs a lot. I think what I've been thinking about is I've been thinking about the like 4:3 aspect ratio monitors. I really feel like that was a good resolution. I really think that was a good resolution. I keep thinking about getting like a third monitor and just having it be a 4:3 that I use as like the main monitor. But then I'd have to hunt one down. That's sort of the compromise there. I'd have to go to a store and spend money and be like, can I get a 4:3 monitor? I indeed, this is, not just any store. We don't, like, at least where I live. I am not aware of any, like, I often hear of these, like, cool these these really cool computer stores. What are they called? Um, that they have. I see many people talk about e-waste sites or something. No, not a permission request. Oh, yeah. I hear many people talk about micro centers. I've heard about these before. I've heard about these a lot, and I'm like, I want to go to one, but they do they do not exist in my locale, which is unfortunate. Is rather unfortunate, but an e-waste site might be smart too. I think about that. I think about that. I think what I worry about is like lugging back something really heavy just to set it up and realize it's broken and be like, oh, okay, oops. But I know people. Perhaps I do have like an old computer that somebody gave me because they were gonna just throw it out. So perhaps I just have to stay in the know and let people know, like, I'll take your wires if you don't want them anymore. I will. If you have a bucket of wires, I'll gladly take that off your hands and find something to do with it, or just I indeed do this. I do have a bucket of wires. Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of the meta. It's kind of peak to have. I don't understand the appeal of 4:3 monitors. Just to make the window less wide. I think the appeal is it. Um, I think the appeal of a 4:3 is it reminds me almost of like the original Game Boy screen, which is you know, it's a comforting shape. It's a comforting shape, as they say. I look at my current screen. I think of I think of work. I think of fun and work, and the two concepts get enmeshed into my head as one that is rather odd to parse out and like re-separate. People call it like the good screen and the bad screen, but sometimes both those screens are the screens. Your IRC client seems to have a different idea of how wide its text is than how wide it actually is. Yeah, yeah, it's Emacs. If I do this, it reformats it. So I think I just have to figure out how to. I just focus over the window. It reformats. I think I just need to. Um, yeah, I think so. Emacs has really weird line wrap behavior, at least in my opinion, and I can never like. It works in almost every mode, except for then you get to like modes where the lines just they don't do the thing correctly. They don't do it right at all anymore, and it's just like, why? I think there's quite literally somewhere in one of my configurations for web stuff that I have a keybind that all it does is toggle the line wrap off and then back on again, because doing that resets it and makes it work, because otherwise it's broken. But yeah, I do need to. I am going to with the ERC work on getting that. This is some meow padding pad A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Yeah, I wonder. I need to figure out the IRC, or yeah, I need to figure out the ERC behavior. But I threw this together, or I threw together the like connecting it over via ERC just last night, I think. I'd been trying for probably a day or so, and I couldn't get it to work, and I didn't know why. And then it just turned out I had my authorization tokens. There was a typo. I was like, oh, yeah, yeah. Of course, that would be the case. um, I wonder if it's not counting the part properly. This could be the, or perhaps, yeah, that could be the case. Oh, this is actually, no, because this is actually a thing. This was actually a thing in configuring ERC. I remember now. On my other screen, I switched the timestamps over to the left side because they were on the right. And I think that might be throwing it off because of the screen I was working on whenever I was using my laptop. Yeah, no. I should fix that though. But let's see. It can only use one or two characters wrapped over the edge. Yeah, and then it does like that indentation. Oh, this time it just stayed. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I think it's the time or the timestamp being on the left side because it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be on the right. Oh, uh, good night to Kiram underscore. I hope you sleep well. I hope you sleep well. Speaking of the evening of the evening hours, what time is it? Okay, cool. We can we can we can go strong for another probably about 30ish minutes, I think. Yeah. I feel bad. I started later than I usually do because I I was in the middle of updating my computer. Wait. One tap from the left of the screen is two characters into the start of the nickname display. Wait, you're right. Wait. So calculating what? Yeah. Okay, I'll just switch that back over. I think to the right side since I'm not on my laptop anymore. Probably do that. I don't. That or switch back to Cersei, but I don't know. I really quite like ERC for actually communicating. Um, I think it's quite nice. It is. It's quite. It's quite fantastic. Although I think Cersei is a bit more, I guess. What do they call them? Sane defaults, as they say. But yeah, we were looking at um. Anyway, oh no need to apologize. No, that is actually that's helpful on my end as well because I need to make a note of that actually. Because otherwise I will say I'm going to do that post stream, and then post stream I'll fall asleep. Um, Suddenly Haskell everyone. Welcome Wind Up Boy. Big sad. It is Haskell January. But fear not. Lisp is occurring in the backgrounds. Common Lisp is still occurring in the backgrounds. It is just it's not on the big screen. It's not on the big screen. Let's see. Fixed timestamp. Perfect. Yeah. It is not. It's Lisp is occurring, but not on the big screen. I'm currently in the process of working through the book. What's it called? What is it called? I have it. I think I have it over here as oh, this one. I'm currently still kind of in the process of going through this, and it's making me it's making me realize. Oh no, not learn you a Haskell. For Haskell, I think I'm going to. I think I've learned enough. Yeah, AMOP, the art of the meta object protocol. I've been reading this. it's insane. It's making me realize I kind of want to rewrite um, a lot of the code that I've already written in the Wayland application, and it's rather exciting but also terrifying. But I've been reading through this, so I'm just like, oh, this is, people talk on the internet a lot about structure and interpretation of computer programs, and I too uh, I too am a fan of that. This, I would say, is probably about on par with that. This is like the object oriented form of that almost. And I don't know. I really don't have any experience in like OOP. I come from the the C programming background. I do not object oriented C is a thing, but it's not done with, in the same ways like being able to call methods and do all of that. You kind of have to build it yourself. It's kind of wacky. But yeah, I'm reading this, and I'm going through my code right now and getting it kind of ready for some, on that end, ready for some rewrites here and there mostly, but trying to like get some uh, debugging worked out so that once I go back full swing, it's not going to be a total pain to get back into. But we are currently in Haskell January. It is it's the month of Haskell, the long awaited one. And yeah, I'm not using Learn Your Haskell. I started with Real World Haskell. I'll probably refer through that some throughout the month, but I want to kind of get something built. I want to get this to interact with the C programming language, in particular with the little bug down here. The little bug. I believe Haskell would be, it'd be rather fun if I could make it talk to the bug. Still trapped in Pythonia. I do I do wish you what is it, what is the phrase, as they say, uh Godspeed ahead, as they say, with Python. Best of luck. Talk to the bug. Literally. No, so this is the whole thing. So I've been drawing um I've been drawing lots I have been making lots of things in Sprite. And kind of there's a goal here. There's a somewhat significant goal, or two significant goals here. One is making the bug look a little bit better. That's kind of like one of the primary ones, because right now I think it's okay, but I'd like to get some better shading and etc. in it, possibly some more animation frames. Or more pronounced animation. I didn't notice until now that the bug's mouth was animated. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm rather proud of how the mouth turned out. This was in fact inspired by the fact that so okay, we're getting into bug origins now, because this was a kind of cool thing. Can I remember the name of it? Was it this? Yeah, okay. I was rather inspired by this piece of software that a good friend of mine who um, was planning to stream, and then ended up not streaming. I think they were doing YouTube streaming. Was planning to stream, but ended up not doing streaming. Told me about whenever I had mentioned that I was planning to get back into streaming. And yeah, I saw this. I saw this, and I was like, I should use this. And then around that same time that I was like, I'm going to get back into streaming, I was recommended by another friend L:'Q streams, and I was like, whoa, this is rather sick. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I should make my model programmed instead of using a program. It's rather fun, and so that's where we are now. My color vision makes this almost invisible to me. Um, yeah, that's kind of the main thing is I want more contrast in it. You see, I used to be better at the art side of things, but it's been years. It's been years. It's been so long. This bug was kind of the first thing I designed in quite some time. I've been interested in gizmo making. I think this is the path. This is the path that we all must trod down eventually. All of us here. I, it's very fun, and that's like the Haskell portion of this. So there's a couple moving parts going on right now, and maybe with Haskell I can start to tame some of those parts. But I have the bug that's written in C, and then I need a way to interact with the API a bit more dynamically, which I could do in C, but that's going to be hell to code. So I'm thinking to myself, Haskell maybe? Haskell, perhaps. Maybe this is the next step. Because Haskell January, if we don't make something in Haskell January, that's in Haskell, that's kind of like they're gonna have to add a second January so that it can happen. That's like, well, a second New Year's would be nice. Okay, but yeah, um, Haskell might be the glue to glue it together and have some interactivity to it. And then if that falls through, I'm just gonna do Common Lisp for it, because I already have like part of some like Twitch functions for Common Lisp already written out. But yeah, it's rather exciting. Things are converging. It's like the singularity is happening here on Twitch.television. It is all things become one, here on Twitch.television inside of the computer. But yeah, what? Okay, so what are types though? Or like, how does Haskell do types? Or not types, classes. Why do I keep saying types? Type classes conveniently solve both of these problems. They allow us to declare which types are instances of which class. Let's see. Why are you? Okay, there. So perhaps worrying about the types is a little. I wonder if we need to worry about the types. Yeah, or not type. I keep saying types, classes. I've been reading the word type too much the past couple of days. Let's see. The class storable facilitates this manipulation on all types for which it is instantiated, which are the standard basic types of Haskell. Okay, so it is for all. So what if we do? Can we size of string? Can we size of string? No. No instance for storable string. Can we variable instantiation? Can we Don't you love Haskell errors? I find them, once I realized that it was like the name of the name of the variable, it did make it somewhat more understandable, but it was, they caught me unaware. I was running into with this one, with the original version of this apply rewrite, I was running into an error because I had I had this. I had this, and you get a rather... I wonder if I can get the error again. I got a rather cryptic error from this. This is not even the error that I got. Let's see. I wonder if... Yeah, the error I got, in essence, what it was stating was, it was like... Or what I found it was stating after I looked it up was that apparently... Wait. Apparently, I don't know if I'm able to replicate it now that I fixed it. Oh no. What if we go to the original? What if we go to the original? Haskell. Okay, I think this was the one that triggered it, because I wasn't... I wasn't thinking whenever I put it like this. I wasn't quite thinking it through entirely. And the error is that not all conditions are exhausted. Like there are conditions that can occur that aren't being met. Oh, that works? Okay, this is not it. Was it this? Was it this? I want to find this error message because it felt rather cryptic. Oh, I didn't call it. Okay, oops. Yeah, that's okay. Oh no, yeah. Um, yeah, there we go. Non-exhaustive patterns and function. Yeah, I got this error and I looked it up, and then I got to see what looking up Haskell errors leads to, and I was rather terrified for a little bit there, and then it was just... I felt kind of silly because... Oh. That's not what I want. Why did it capitalize that? We'll just manually do it. Okay. Yeah. It's a runtime error at that. Yeah, that was, I think, the other part of it was I was told that all errors were captured at compile time, and then this happened. I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck? Why? I was upset. I was upset. And I couldn't figure out what conditions I was not meeting, and it ended up... Have you ever wound up have you ever been wound up in that situation where you have an error and you just start like throwing everything against that error message, just hoping something will get it to go away? Because I sort of wound up in that situation for probably a solid yeah. Uh, it said it wants A to be a pattern for an array that's exactly one long. Yeah, and that's indeed what I like. I just removed the array brackets, and I was like, oh, okay, now it works. But like for a solid 10 minutes there, I got into what are they, like the maybes and the nothings of Haskell, the not nulls, the null values that are not null values. And I was like, I am getting a little bit out of my depth. And I was like, oh, this is... The implications for this are disastrous for me. And then I realized that it was much simpler. I'm like, oh, okay. And so, yeah. We are... But yeah. Haskell errors are kind of weird to me. So what we need to do is make an instance of a class. So how do we do that? How do we do that? All right. Oh, I see the problem. It's sort of like because you can define two different versions of the same function to do pattern matching on inputs. Not like how I'm bouncing from one Haskell stream to another today. Is it Haskell Nation, Haskell National Haskell Day or something? Well, it is. It is Haskell January. Welcome in Sergeant Pepper as well. But yeah, it is. It's Haskell January. Oh, Conk is Haskelling as well. Oh, oh hell yeah, hell yeah! It is. It really is Haskell January. Yeah, no, we are. Um, it is Haskell January currently. I have been anticipating this for approximately 2 weeks or so before it happened, and now it is happening. Um, so it's not National Haskell Day. It's National Haskell Month. Some would say. I would say. But yeah, I don't know anything about Haskell though, so we are getting into the nitty gritty of it fairly quickly because what better way to learn than head first. Clock in my left ear, book in my right ear. I wonder what sort of sensation this would be with like synchronized Haskell streaming. This maybe some sort of like osmotic effect would occur and like Haskell knowledge would be somehow conveyed upon me in a dream as well. Let's see. Combining in both ears is a horrid sensation, but maybe I could handle it if it was different ears. You see, I feel this. Yeah, I would quite feel this, like, just a wall of noise, but it's, Emacs and rambling. um, where were we? Yeah, how do we create an instance? Oh god, we're like, this is like the third time looking on Stack Overflow today. Oh, it might be over. Oh, you just do instance? Wait. Wait, is that... So, do we do, So print... Okay. Let's see. Storable. Instance. Storable. Where? And I guess we define the method. We do methods on that. Are there slots for it? Alright, let's see. Note that the n has to be lowercase because that's the type variable you're quantizing the class over. If you actually want to define an instance, then you will instantiate it with our n with n. Okay. Is Haskell in different ears from some sort of some sort of binaural ASMR? You know, this could potentially be the case. This could potentially be the case. I Yeah, this would be a rather wild, but I think it would be fun. I think this would be an interesting experience. Binaural ASMR. I remember being in college, and what were they called? Binaural binaural beats to study to. So there was that, was it like lo-fi hip hop beats to study to or to relax to, and then like you would start out with something like that, and you just kind of fall deeper down the rabbit hole. I remember it was like binaural beats to like focus to or something like that, and I remember I would listen to them sometimes because they were just very simple sounding, but then I'd make jokes. I'd be like, I'm so fucking focused. Whoa, I've never been this focused in my life. I Yeah. Although I was a bit of a music nerd back then as well, so I listened to a lot of like I have one now. I bought like an old I like one of those old iPod classics as they call them. And I I put non-Apple software on it and used it to listen to music. I'm still doing that, but it's a new iPod because my original one fell out of my like fell out of my pocket once while hiking and fell off a cliff and has never been seen again, by me at least. Perhaps someone out there has it and they're listening to whatever I was listening to whenever I was like 19 years old. I feel bad for them if that's the case. Um, let's see. So do we do something like that? Is this indeed... Not in scope. Type constructor or class X. Oh, oh, it might be over. It might be over. Maybe. Maybe not. Where's Storable at? Where did she go? No. Let's see. Oh, 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 okay, okay, okay. Okay, this seems like um put a little thingy in Discord about non-exhaustive patterns issue to read at your leisure. Just a little example of how it works and an explanation of why it can't be a compile. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, I'm excited to read this. I'm excited to read this. I have been reading. I've been reading. I went back to an old favorite of mine earlier today. Let me let me find it. I I so as I've mentioned, obviously I like Lisp as well, but my love of C programming as well is one that knows no bounds. Uh, I'm not experienced in Haskell, but I've talked with many about it and have a little practice. This is rather you will be rather it will be rather exciting to lean on your assistance through this article and other methods as well in that case, because I know nothing about it. I know two programming languages, and then everything, or I know two programming languages well, I guess, and then everything else is kind of like drifting off, being cast adrift into the wilds of thing. And both that I know, I know C like the back of my hand to some degree, and the Common Lisp relatively decent. I think I'd like to think not as good as I wish I knew it, but I'd like to think I know it relatively decently. But everything else, it's like out into the the wider out into the wildlands of programming. I've been reading this lately a lot, or I started rereading this earlier today. It's an old favorite though, an old favorite. Uh, you know, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny seeing the back and forth about scanf. I think whenever it's kind of like the beginner function for like a lot of like IO stuff. Um, so if we call an instance like okay, so this might. What book is this? I wonder. Let's see. Marshalling and as part of the language. All right. Oh, it is. It is the time. It is the time. I must prepare for slumber. Here, let me figure out where we're going to go. Yeah, I must depart. I did not realize the time is somewhat. I've returned to the world of the working again, and you know, I'm like, oh, I have to go to bed at a decent time. What the hell? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm hoping post moving and etc. that I shall be able to stream for longer. Um, that is one of the big goals is being able to go for a bit more than 2 hours. I think I'm going to try and start working on that some as well. Over the course of probably the next month or so, just add an extra hour after work if I can get really efficient with getting things done in a timely manner on the days that I don't. But yeah, we will here. I will. I'll link this one more time just in case anybody missed it. But this was freshly minted. I guess I'm still, I'm getting Clonk to assist with integrating IRC because I'd much prefer the IRC portion of the communication, but this exists, and we're gonna find out where are we going to go. Where should we go? Who is living? Who is amongst the world of the living currently? That is the great question here. Who is in the world of the living? Oh, L Q is still going? Wait, no? Um, IDK if we have a better target. I wonder. Let's see. Yifweed is we have not been to Yifweed before. We have not been to Yifweed. Uh, Wait, that kind of would be funny. Oh, okay. Oh, no, decisions. Well, he's almost never on whenever I'm on, or Conk is. I'm gonna go ahead and do that because that would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. All right. We are. Yeah, we're returning. We're returning. All right. All right. We are going. Okay. Okay. This is. Yeah. The bug return. The bugs are back. The bugs are back. The bugs are back. That should be our message. Um. Because we are indeed coming back. Yeah. The bugs are back. Okay. And yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Let me see. Uh. I like that Scanf page. I'll finish reading it someday. It's a favorite. It's an old favorite. It's an old favorite of mine at least. But yeah, all right. Here, thank you, and yeah, everybody. I don't. Yeah, I will see y'all all again on Thursday.
Lots doing things. If we just say to text instead here. Hello, Big Book of Bug. Thank you for the raid. Welcoming my friends. Can we shout out Big Book of Bug? Us, Big Book of Bug. We do love to see them. Shenanigans are afoot. We went live like 10 minutes ago. Were there technical difficulties? If this is the case, I apologize. I'm sorry to hear this. I was live for 2 hours. It's simply, this is a Prodsy Pod impression of time situation. It does go like this from time to time. Encode UTF-8 here. Oh, I restarted the server. It's a server restart because of what we're doing on here. Yes, this will do. We'll test on local server now, so it won't cause fuck. Why are you still live? I swore an oath. Technically, the person I swore the oath to is going to work now, so I could, in fact, sneak off into the night sneakily, going hee 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 hee, and fail to, you know, and not interact with my oath any longer. Oh, we didn't rebuild. That's the problem. I was like, what the fuck? That should fix this. But this is not Rust. Calling Cabal exec does not automatically move. Haskell January oath. Yes, it's like this a little bit. Okay, there we go. We have response back. We got response back. That's quite good.